What if I told you that the strongest form of control doesn't look like control at all? No chains, no shouting, no force, just everyday life. Just routines you never question, choices you think are yours, and a quiet feeling that everything is normal. But here's the real question. How sure are you that your decisions are actually yours? Because sometimes the most powerful systems don't tell you what to do. They make you believe you chose it yourself. Control doesn't usually arrive like a storm. It arrives like a habit. Slow, silent, repeated. At first, you question things. You think critically. You notice contradictions. But over time, something changes. You start to accept. Not because you were convinced, but because it is easier. And slowly, without realizing it, life becomes a pattern of automatic agreement. Wake up, follow, repeat, accept. And one day, you stop asking why. Not because you found answers, but because you stopped looking for them. There is something dangerous about comfort. Not because comfort is bad, but because it feels safe even when it limits you. When everything is predictable, the mind relaxes. And when the mind relaxes too much, it stops questioning. That is where control becomes effective, because no one needs to force you anymore. You begin to choose what is familiar. You defend what you were told. You repeat what you never questioned. And it doesn't feel like control. It feels like normal life. But normal doesn't always mean right. It just means familiar. We like to believe we are making decisions freely, but look closer. How many of your decisions are truly independent? What to believe, what to value, what to chase, what to avoid. Most of it is shaped long before you ever notice. You are not usually told what to think. You are shown what to think about. And within that small space, you feel free. But freedom inside a frame is still a frame. The most effective systems don't remove your choice. They design the options. And you choose, thinking it was always yours. Thinking is expensive, not financially, mentally. It takes energy to question everything you were taught. It takes courage to stand alone in your doubts. And it takes patience to sit with uncertainty. So most people do something simpler. They accept, not because they are weak, but because questioning is uncomfortable. And over time, discomfort loses to convenience. So they repeat what they hear, they defend what they inherited, and they call it truth without ever examining it deeply. Not out of belief, but out of habit. The most dangerous stage is not when control begins, it is when you stop noticing it. When everything feels natural, when nothing feels strange anymore. Because at that point, there is no resistance left. Not because you were defeated, but because you adapted. And adaptation is silent. It doesn't announce itself, it just becomes your life. You no longer feel directed, because you started directing yourself in the same pattern you were placed in. And that is the final stage of control, when it no longer needs to exist externally, because it now lives internally. But there is a moment some people reach, a small crack in perception, a question that doesn't go away, a doubt that lingers longer than expected, and suddenly things look different. Patterns become visible. Behaviors start to repeat in ways you never noticed. Beliefs feel less like truth and more like inheritance. And it is uncomfortable because awareness always is. Once you see behind the curtain, you cannot fully unsee it. And that creates tension between comfort and truth, between belonging and understanding, between silence and thought. But this discomfort is not a punishment. It is clarity waking up. No one wakes up one day and instantly loses freedom. It happens in small decisions. A moment where you stay silent. a moment where you avoid questioning, a moment where you choose ease over awareness. Each one seems harmless, but together they shape direction. And slowly, without realizing it, your thinking narrows. Not because it was taken, but because it was not used. Freedom doesn't disappear loudly. It fades quietly. Until one day, you realize you are no longer being controlled because you learned to continue the pattern on your own. So the real question is not whether control exists. It does. The real question is whether you are aware of it, because awareness changes everything. It doesn't automatically free you, but it gives you a choice again, to pause, to question, to step outside of what feels normal. And maybe that's where freedom begins, not in rebellion, but in awareness. Because the moment you start seeing clearly, you are no longer inside the system. If this made you reflect even a little, don't rush past that feeling. Sit with it, question it, and most importantly, don't let comfort decide your thoughts for you. If you want more content like this, subscribe and stay connected, because sometimes the most important shift starts with a single question you have never asked before.